Hey, thanks for joining us. We're going to do some ornaments today, old world style. A lot of the ornaments that we're going to be doing are inspired by or made directly from the directions in Creative Christmas Anno 1808. This is one of my favorite holiday crafting books from Jeanne D Arc Living. Welcome and happy Friday to you. I think it's going to be a fun Friday.
Of course it is.
We are going to be going old world Christmas.
Nothing screams fun more than old world Christmas.
Those nasty old Krampuses and what are called the Sinterklaas. And Megan, remember that year that Ben and I we did an entire several verses about Sinterklaas? I still have those actually.
I would like to read those right now.
Oh golly. Well, hello and welcome. I'm Lynn from J Goods, and we are so happy you're here today. You're either watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or on our website, but thanks for joining us. And while you're here, don't forget to do all of the fun things, the easy things like subscribe, share, make a comment, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down. I don't care. Really, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of what we're doing.
And right there, just know you asked for it.
I did. You're right, I did.
I know.
That's all right. Always. We always enjoy appropriate feedback. Always. So watch us through and then leaf through your book to see what it is you want to make and how you want to interpret what we're doing and kind of work at your own pace. So we're going to see how many little projects we can get done today. Now, they're not all from the Creative Christmas Anno 1808 book.
But inspired by, I would say.
Some are very much inspired by. Texties. How adorable was that? That you got a video of Megan wearing something really cute today. So if you're not in our text group, you're missing out on our very own J Goods model.
Well, it just so happened that my shoes and earrings perfectly matched the outfit, and I am a sucker for a set. So
She loves a set.
The text phone number. You just text the word hi, and then instructions will follow. Description on YouTube. You can find it there.
I wanted to lift her up and
An eagle
an eagle sway. Of course, I have been decorating the cottage. So just for a few hours on Tuesday, I decorated and shared some little sneak peeks, and then, or you may have noticed that depending on where you saw the sneak peeks, I think YouTube they were called sneak perks.
Hold on. Melissa, no, it was not a PJ set, although I get that often about my clothes. Because I like a matching set. You could definitely break it up and not wear them both together.
Which is what I will be doing. Yes. You've seen me wear this top. In fact, we don't have a lot left. But you've seen me wear this top on our shop walkthrough, and I snagged a pair of the pants myself. I mean, look at that sweet girl right there. Right? It's an oversized one size fits all. And then she's wearing these cute patchwork pants, which are the really cute little patchworks all over them. They're adjustable, but they come in like a small, medium, and a large, extra large.
But
anyway, to get back to the cottage. So I decorated on Tuesday, shared some sneak peeks, and then I shared a little reel on day 2 of decorating. Yesterday, adding pops of red. And it's all gearing up toward some fun makeover projects, and then our Christmas cottage tour. Let's talk for a second about the base paint that I'm using. I've actually mixed up some Casement Fusion mineral paint, and I added Fresco to it because I really wanted a good chunky texture. So I'm going to show you one of my little tricks for the Tim Holtz salvage figures. We are going to be using this one and the salvage doll if we get to it. And so I hot glue onto a tongue depressor, let that dry for a bit, and then it keeps my hands free from paint, and I can more easily turn this about And I'm just gonna slop that paint on there. And then I have this little guy. So let's go ahead and do this first. And this is straight from the Jeanne D Arc Living book. However, I did not fold and create my base. I just used a jewelry box. Over these are packaging, like pieces of packaging chipboard that laid between product. So it's thicker. It's probably a 32nd of an inch thick. I cut an outside piece, this right here, is about 1.5 inches. I just kind of gently started bending it around, just very gently, so that I can create that little shape like this. That little rounded shape. You could also do a house shape. You could do a stable shape, whatever you want. And then I'm going to take my box. Actually, this one's a little taller, but that's okay. I used the lid for this. And so this time I'm going to use the deeper part. But what I did so that I could make it a little narrower, and again, I'm just using what I had around here. I'm going to cut this maybe just over half. And you'll see why in just a minute. I just want to shorten up the depth of this box. Cut this back a bit. So I'm going to open up that one end and bring this here. I will cut that off. We're going to hot glue all of this. Going to glue. These just remind me of the little Putz houses, the little glitter houses. So Putz in German means adornment. It means kind of frill. A German custom was like under the goose feather tree, they would decorate the heck out of the base of that, create little village scenes, farm scenes, nativity scenes. You're familiar with, you know, those beautiful little cardboard houses that are covered in glitter. Those are Putz houses. Then I'm going to take that 1.5 inch piece that I cut, and I'm going to glue that onto each end. I love them. I'm just obsessed with them. And of course they're nostalgic. They call back to my childhood, and we certainly had a lot of them.
I was just going to say, Meryl, how did the word putz end up becoming an insult?
Exactly. In Yiddish, it kind of meant like idiot or fool.
Yeah.
I have the base of my little house here. Now I need to create the back. And I'm just going to lay this on.
Well, in Yiddish, I'm just going to tell you, it's not a word that I'll be saying here on an Ellen J. Goods Facebook Live, okay?
I'm going to get this glue then on back here. And then glue here. My glue showing, or the glue being kind of lumpity bumpity, does not matter to me because it's going to get a lot of texture on it.
The German word is actually putzen.
Putzen, yes,
which means to adorn.
There we go. We have the base of our little outdoor winter shelter. I painted a couple coats right over top of this one that I made. I love that snowy kind of texture that's created from the fresco. There's a little bit of crackling going on there. In fact, you know what? I'm going to add even a little more crackle. This is opaque crackle paste from Tim Holtz. This is the opaque crackle medium. So
I'm
we're gonna
excited to see this. I haven't seen you use this.
Oh, I love this because it doesn't require 2 parts.
Yeah.
And so I'm not putting it over the whole thing. I'm just putting it here and there just to add a little texture.
That's a Tim Holtz product.
It is a Tim Holtz product.
What doesn't he make? What doesn't Tim Holtz make?
Tim is just a dreamboat. JR said to me the other day when I was like all agaga over him sharing another of my projects and commenting, he said, you know, I like that Tim Holtz. And I said, I know, he's always kind to his makers and is so generous in sharing projects and so forth. He said, no, I like his studio. That's when I really came to respect him.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I applied
Hi,
these.
Tim.
That's speaking of JR's language.
It
Yeah,
is,
really?
and actually, it's like, dang, I love it. I would, honey, you can create a studio like that for me. Want to just like with any crackle, you're going to apply heat to this. But what's really cool is this is opaque. It doesn't require 2 steps. It's just going to make a crusty, cracked little texture and finish on here.
Shannon's asking if it's similar to the Pentart crackle paste.
Pentart crackle paste, it's 2 steps.
Well, we have the one. They do have the one component.
But that's got to be used between 2 contrasting layers of paint.
This crackle world is wild. Okay, so this is very unique.
It's a very unique product, and I like that it's white. Of course, you could tint it, you can stain it, you can apply glazes, waxes, inks, whatever to reveal those little cracks. What else did I do with the paint? These are like dollar store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever, these packages of plastic snowflakes. I took my paint mixture and I just applied that over this snowflake. And I think that it gives it just such a more interesting look. Definitely a little more of my vibe. In fact, we're going to add mica to this in a bit. We're going to work with some glaze right now. This is Fusion Antiquing Glaze. I like that it's that light brown. I water in my brush and then spread it on here, and then I take a paper towel and blot away any excess. And it just ages this down just a little bit. Let me go ahead and do my deer while I'm at it. Oh, my dear, my dear, my dear. Again, I'm just wetting my paintbrush, dipping it just a little bit into that glaze, because I don't want these like super grungy. And then dab away the excess. I'm gonna glaze this guy. Again, I don't want this super dirty looking, but I do want to give it a little dimension. You could do a bit of like old music sheet decoupaged on the back of this, would be really cute. Oh, that's so neat. Can you guys see that crackle texture on there? That's neat. And we'll let this dry. Let's do our sheet. These are corks. And so I have corks, I have matchsticks, and I also created these little heads out of air dry clay. I'm gonna roll a ball. Oh, I don't know. How big would you say this is? About the size of a marble? All right, so it's about 3/4 of an inch. I'm holding my finger flat here. These fingers, these 2 fingers, I'm kind of pushing on the back. So this is the back of the head. And then I'm squeezing in a little bit here. So tiny, it's so little, but I'm gonna try to give you like all the way around, right? So the back is a little flat. I've used my fingers to elongate and press out like the front of his head and nose. Then I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to pinch 2 ears. So there you go. Can you see that, you guys? There it is. And we'll let that dry. So these guys are already dry. I have a couple of them here. And then I have a couple of corks. There she is. And I found the easiest way for me to get these matchsticks in here was to use a drill. So I'm trying to go like straight into that cork.
It looks so tricky.
Oops. Just start slow. 2 legs in the front. And you can see, I mean, if you saw mine, they're so delicate, and the legs are so delicate. I want my legs to be maybe about 1.5 inches. Real thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 4. These are 1.5 inches long. I drilled into the cork. Get a little hot glue. Going here and here. And I'm going to press that right up into that hole that I drilled.
Flammable hooves, Carol said. you could quite literally light a fire under his, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she made wire. She did wire. I decided to use glue his little head on here.
Tracy said gives a whole new meaning to hot footing it somewhere.
You know what? All right, you guys, I'm shutting this camera off. That's it. I'm done. I'm packing it up.
Deborah said flock him. No pun intended.
We could flock him, but you know what? Instead of flocking, could use some flocking.
All right. Enough.
This is a cardboard star that I cut out. I'm thinking you could double this up.
Who doesn't love a good flocking? This is the holidays season. Can we get it together here?
I base coated this with a gold paint. I happen to use Fusion Antique Gold. You can use whatever you want.
Vintage gold.
Vintage gold, sorry. I know we do. So let's get some mica flakes on these first. So when are you guys going to be done with me making Christmas stuff?
Yeah, when do you want us to stop? When do we stop and just start showing you things you can get as last minute gifts? Tell us what you want, or make as Yeah, just tell us what you want. What do you want from us leading up to Christmas? Okay, here's what people are saying when we say when to stop doing Christmas. Deborah said Christmas. Cheryl said December 26th.
Oh,
More Christmas, says Susan. December 31st. Spring. More Christmas.
It is fun, isn't it? I mean, my goodness, we could literally do an ornament a month all year round, right?
Yep, December 26th. Keep them coming.
So,
Ooh, a bedazzled sheep. I'd love that. Honestly, that little sheep on his own would make a cute just ornament.
Mm-hmm. So I just added some mica flakes on here, and then I'm gonna put some on my snowflake. I mean, these are beautiful just like that.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. This is a little Salvage Figures doll, and I painted her with the Fusion and Fresco, and then did a little glaze over top of her. I made a tiny, teeny, tiny little paper hat for her as well. For my dear collage medium. Get a little bit of glitter. It is.
It's really subtle and pretty, though. I love it.
It's so pretty. Okay, now we're going to use some glass glitter here. We're going to do silver and gold. Silver and gold mean so much more when I see silver and gold.
Cheryl loves these projects, Mom.
Aren't they fun? This is where I'm really going to pull out the glitz. This is German glass glitter gold. Our Miss Mustard. Love it.
That is so pretty. And we can't get that anymore, I don't think, right?
Nope.
I think we have 5 jars left.
Oh my gosh, look at that. We'll let that dry. I have these little tiny like pine cone picks that, you know, I just went upstairs and in my box of stuff. So I'm going to take a few of these little snowy pine cones. And then I had these other teeny tiny little pine cones. This just came off of a piece of like a twig. Like a branch. It was like a birch branch, little bit here, and it has a little glitter on it. So I grabbed that. I'm just going to poke a hole, and I'm going to glue this little branch down in there, and then so I'm just going to glue this.
Oh my.
Again, to just create a little texture, a little something in there. Glue a couple little pine cones on here. I'll tell you what I need. I need a good glue gun. Does anybody have a suggestion for a really good glue gun? I'm just gonna pop a few of these little pine cones. Little snowy frosting. There it is. I could do some moss like up around there, but I'm thinking, I like that. Right here, look at that.
Oh, that is cool, Mom. It's icy. Wow, that's so cool.
You know what? I'm telling you, in a perfect world, it would be so cool, like to get a little Christmas box that had like this and a little ornament like this, and oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna put that little bit of garland there. Then these are our baubles that we decorated up, and I'm gonna make them a little bit more like mercury glass by throwing in some mushroom alcohol ink. And then we're gonna pop that.
Oh, how cool, Mom.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That's cute. You can use tacky glue, collage medium, hot glue. We sure would. So I'm just taking a little thin bit of this batting. This I took right out of an upholstered chair that I was working on. But yes, you could use a cotton batting, a wool batting, whatever you like. Let's get that little deer in his little garden shelter. That's cute. You could add a little fluffy snow in there. So there's one project. This is little rayon ribbon. I think it's one of the Tim Holtz holiday bells. Just snip that off and snip that off. I do have some of the original little sheep that have the bells attached.
Just one last 45-minute craft.
Listen, you probably know how to do these little.
It's like accordion.
Yeah,
fold, right?
It's like this is about 1.25 inches, and I'm making these tiny little folds like accordions. We're making a rosette, is what we're doing. We have like 4 of them here. It's just old music. Attach them. And then you flip it this way, and I'm gonna glue it onto here. Then I did a little rosette out of this pleated. This is a little pleated tissue. I just kind of pleated it right around in a circle. Just another little added layer. I get this stuff on Etsy. I know I've shared the links before with you guys. So there, now you can go 2 ways with this. Here, I just added This is one of the little snowflakes from one of my IOD snowflake molds. And then I put from the Tim Holtz sticker book. And this one says Song of the Snowflakes. You could take your tiny little doll. You could add angels. You could add angel wings to her. She would be cute just with a little bit of this as a background. Just to nestle behind her. I mean, isn't that sweet? That is so sweet. Oh, so word sticker in there. You know, a long time ago, one of Rachel Ashwell's books, it was all about like gifting and creating these wonderful little vintage gift boxes. And I remember I did one for you once when you were sick. Remember that?
No.
Oh, okay.
When I was sick?
You were sick. This was years ago when Jonathan was a baby. But, I mean, imagine just presenting somebody with a pretty little packaged gift box with these in it. Oh my gosh, how sweet is this?
So cute.
I mean, my goodness. So precious. I love it. Look at the sweet little presentation that this could make. And I would put this in a box and then just wrap it up with a piece of brown paper and tied up with string. Yeah. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yes, for the front of a Christmas journal, that would be so
Oh
cool.
my, yeah, really. Wouldn't that be, these would be fabulous. Glad we took a little extra time. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know we went really long today. Hey, we'll do another week of this. I don't know if it'll be Monday, but definitely sometime next week. Look at this little girl.
Precious.
I know. She's so cute. Anyway, thanks you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you on Monday. Take care.
Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. It just tickles me to know that you spend part of your day with us. Please don't forget to share this video, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. All of our products are available at ellenjgoods.com and listed in the description box below.
This is one of my favorite holiday crafts. This book is chock full of...
Ooh, it's bursting with ideas from the old world.
From the oldie world. You're gonna love this book. It is so full of...
This Christmas, I'll show you a book, and the very next day, I'll show it again. 'Cause there's so many ideas inside this book. You'll never be finished crafting.